Good, how are you guys?
Always sharing car horror stories.
Nice.
All right. Quick catch from last session. Uh, 3 weeks ago.
Hold up. Is it just me, or are you? You're breaking up really bad.
Breaking up pretty bad.
Yeah, okay, I was about to ask too. I was like, is that my phone or
No,
what's
I got
going
a
on?
new pair of headphones. Let me switch them to my old ones.
See, that came in perfect, but everything you said before, not so much. Also, I missed last session, dudes. What did I miss? I tend to label Mirema videos differently if I have missed the session. So, what went down?
You died.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a ghost right now, just haunting us
Doug.
as we make our way.
Oh, not Doug. You sent me to hell? That's fucked up, Chris.
No, I don't think it's been a few weeks.
Yeah,
It's been
same.
almost a month.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit. I
I'm
don't think
trying to find
anything
my
too
notes,
crazy
but
happened.
I'm pretty confident that I missed at least one session. I think.
Oh, you did miss one pretty big thing that happened at the the end of last session.
Yeah, like, yeah, you murdered your brother or some fucked up shit. Something like that, right? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
All right, is that better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, by a lot.
Seems better.
Yeah, you can tell when you buy cheap headphones versus decent ones. All right. So to recap our session from 3 weeks ago, the party was in Jaren's outpost. They met up with Baron Greyfist, who was a partner of Rogar Greyhammer. And he told them about our ruins called Frostford, where he and Rogar had last went, where they had found the blue vials. Upon returning, Baron had sold all his items right away, while Rogar took them back to Erelon. Uh, he then said he could not help the party with the trek. He told them where to go. However, he was helping to look for the missing mayor, well, quote unquote mayor of the outpost. After leaving, Slim decided to steal Baron's backpack to see what kind of goods may have been in there for uh, easy money. Having been caught by some of the locals, the unofficial city guard was called over, and after confronting Slim and the party, uh, they returned the backpack under the guise of taking it to Barnes in order to help him with his trek. They were then told and very strongly recommended to leave town immediately versus waiting a day. And with that, the party took off. Upon traveling, they encountered a young Ramirez, which did some damage. However, the party was able to escape and uh, flee without too serious a damage, and the Ramirez slowly trailing behind. And the rest of the day went fairly smooth. until that night. Approaching the dawn hours, Kai and Call were on guard duty, keeping an eye out, when all of a sudden they could not move. The rest of the party was put to an enchanted sleep, where they did not hear anything going on outside. Out of the bushes came two cloaked figures walking up, and after playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, stabbed the dagger into Paul's heart. Having a little trouble removing the dagger. Took a little bit, but the humanoid was finally able to remove it, saying that they got one of the ones that they were promised, and then proceeded to leave through a fiery portal. And that's where we left off. So we approach the dawning hours. Kai is sitting outside the tent next to Call, who has a fresh blood wound in his chest. Inside the tent, Balgrim, Winston, and Slim have been placed under a magical sleep where they hear nothing going on outside. However, during this sleep, Balgrim, you're in a pitch black that comes with REM sleep, when suddenly there is a flash. And before you, you see who you recognize as Torm. And Torm approaches you and says, Balgrim, my newest acolyte, I come bearing bad news. Vile creatures have entered your camp and slain one of your allies. But fear not, all is not lost. They took his soul as part of an agreement that he may have made. However, the dagger used that binds the soul to the jewel for them to take down into the hells did not come out intact. It's severed. There is still chance to help save or salvage part of your ally and keep your company together. 30 miles northwest is a hermit. He is a cleric of an old god, though none remember his name. He may have the magic necessary to aid your companions. Go forth as quickly as possible. See that this opportunity is not wasted, for you will need your allies. And remember that as you return to your main continent on your world, find one of my temples, ask for the journeys, and do the deeds that you may fully serve in my service. For you are Balgrim, acolyte of the watchful guardians, and carry that name with pride. And then you come back, snapping wide awake to a dawning sun. As the magic passes, and Kai, as you look over, now that you are free to move, you see Call just fall forward.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Kai just screams out for the party's help, and then rushes over to his brother and tries to shit, just flips him over onto his back and is trying to staunch the bleeding and he's like saying like, "Oh, like it's okay, like don't worry, like everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna fix you. It's gonna be okay. Like stay awake." Like slapping his face, trying to like stop the bleeding, and even though like deep down he probably can realize that he's not currently alive, he's still like just in denial and trying to um, save his brother, and calling out multiple times for the rest of the party to like come out and help him.
Would you say he's kind of frazzled by all of this?
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, they like grew up like fighting together, like in gladiator pits. So like him and his brother have been through like tons of fights, and they've been hurt before, but they've never like gone down. So he's probably like, yeah, he's for sure frazzled and like freaking out a bit.
All right, roll me a medicine check at disadvantage.
All right, medicine check. What is my medicine? Probably garbage. Oh, I actually have a +1 at disadvantage though. 6.
Yeah, you're so flustered and out of it that you're trying to stop the bleeding. You're trying to wake him up. You're trying to do 5 different things with 2 hands, and it's none of it's cooperating with each other.
Yeah, he just probably is just gonna keep screaming out like everyone's name, like in turn, just like help! Something happened. I need help.
Are we still affected by magical sleep? I don't think we could hear you.
No, no. Once the well, I told them the devil creatures left. The magical sleep wore off.
Oh, well, in that case, if I hear a member of the party crying out, particularly one that was supposed to be on guard, I imagine Slim exits the, whatever adobe they're dwelling in, and probably armed, I would assume sword drawn at the ready as he kind of runs to Kai to see what the issue is.
Yeah, Winston would be right behind him as well, kind of maybe tripping as he's getting out of the tent or whatever, and just kind of assessing, maybe seeing Colin, trying to maybe assess him to see what's going on.
Balgrim kind of shakes himself out of a sleep. I feel like he was pretty deep in a trance with sort of the vision he was having. It takes him a second, kind of like react to his surroundings. But slowly he kind of like shakes it off and makes his way out of his tent.
All right, so the three of you wake up and come out of the tent fairly short order, and you see Kai laying over, kind of laying over his brother's body, shaking him, and blood just oozing from him.
Would Slim be able to tell if he is dead or not at a glance?
Give me a perception check. Actually, give me a medicine check.
Okay, let me.
Could I assist on that?
Sure, you can either roll separate or one could give the other advantage.
I'm rocking a +5 medicine, so.
It's you.
I'm gonna roll an Avray here. Let's see. Shit, 13. I should have just rolled with advantage. I don't know why I didn't. Hopefully. Whoa, what are the odds?
Damn.
13 total.
He did. DED died.
I think Slim's main concern would be the who, what, where type of situation. So he would probably run to Kai, like, "What? Where are they? Point them. What direction did they go? We can hunt them down."
They were, I don't know, they were like demons of some sort. They just came through a portal and like froze us and then just walked up and stabbed him right in the chest. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. He's, and then they walked back through another portal. They're gone. I don't know.
Why? What could he have done to draw the ire of such creatures?
I have no They said they got one of who they came for, right?
Yes, they said we could. Pretty much, they had their choice, and they chose one.
Because we kind of relay that, like they they said they something about having a choice between us, and they just chose one at seemingly random, and it was him. Oh fuck.
Slim kind of ponders, and then, I need time to process this, I think. He kind of steps away and maybe surveys the scene. Can I get, is there, footprints between here and their portal of some kind that could be seen?
You don't so much see footprints as melted snow where they walked, and you can see them go towards a lightly wooded edge, and then they just disappear.
Okay, noted. I think Slim kind of ponders. He looks questioningly to the party. Like, what do we do from here?
We gotta figure out who the hell they were and where they went. I mean, I, I, I don't know. I mean, they're fucking dead, that's for sure.
Maybe I could ask some creature, some animal around here. Maybe they know something about where they went.
I, I, I think I had a vision. It felt like a dream, but waking up, seeing our surroundings, kind of puts it into context. I think I might have at least an idea of where to go. I still don't fully understand what happened.
You had a vision of what? What did you see?
And he, like, in great detail, kind of relays his vision that he had and how it appears that, like, there is this person, this cleric who's about 30 miles away that might at least be able to help us kind of wrap our heads around what's going on and point us in the right direction.
Well, I mean, I guess we gotta fucking go there, right? Or at least that's where I'm going. You guys can follow if you like, but
Isn't at least one of you still afflicted?
shit.
I mean, do we have time to travel that far, or do we have to deal with the affliction first?
That's a good question.
Shit, no, that's right. There's at least two of you that are afflicted because Kyle was the one that set it off, and his
Yeah.
hardy constitution made him immune.
Arma, right there.
Slim coughs in snow aids, I guess.
Well, well, fuck.
Do we take him with us or bury him here?
I mean, we can't. I don't see how we can carry him with us all the way to where we need to go, and then all the way to this cleric.
Does anybody have a bag of holding we could shove him into?
Do we? Do I?
You have a bloody bag that looks like a bag of holding that you got from the pirate ship. You have a bag of holding that came with
Oh yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch of treasures that the pirate boy.
yeah. I have the bag of holding. Well, shit. I mean, he doesn't need air anymore. All right. Yeah, I think Kai goes to work like maybe cleaning up his brother a little bit, his body, wiping the blood off, uh, and straightening his clothes, and then he'll turn to Balgrim, I guess the biggest of the group. And can you help me put him in the bag? I don't think I can lift him.
It's the least I can do for your brother. For he was the only one that stood beside me when I put my faith in Philip. Will forever respect him for that. And he just like very gently reaches his big orc arms up under your brother and kind of like cradles him like a baby.
And Kai will probably teary-eyed hold open the bag of holding and wait for you to slip the body of his dead brother into it.
Yeah, Winston will kind of tug at the bottom of the bag so it's like nice and straight for him to just launch him in.
Oh, you're all doing this, Bagram. You feel a strong pull to the northwest.
And as he slowly lets go of Call's body, as he goes head first in and gently kind of feeds him in to the bag, lastly his ankles, says, I can't help but in this moment feel a pull toward the northwest. I think Torm might be trying to aid us, or at least point us in the right direction.
Is it? Are we like already? Oh, Frostford is already in the northwest. And that's where we're headed. So it might not be that far out of the way to go to this place first. To find this cleric on our way to cure this affliction on us.
Yes, perhaps the cleric that could help us with your brother could also cure the snow aids.
Is that the name we're going with? Snow-Aids?
I mean, it
It
had a
seems
name,
fitting.
but I forgot what it was.
Frigid Woe.
Yes, that's.
Winston, you also remember that the dogs at medium pace travel about 27 miles in 2 hours.
Damn. And we're about 30
30
miles?
miles from this cleric. If you push them fast, they can make 31 miles in 2 hours.
So I guess Winston will kind of go after, check in on the dogs and just see kind of how they're feeling after probably a night's rest. I'm imagining they're probably feeling pretty good, but he'll just go and check in on them and be like, you guys think we could maybe bump it up a little bit? We want to get to this place quick.
The dogs sense that it's urgent, and they already start kind of pulling at the tethers to get over towards the sled.
All right, guys, we got to go.
Yeah, let's go find this fucking cleric. Maybe he can point us in the right direction to find these fucking demons.
This is just wild
All right.
to me. The interplanar creatures came all the way from hell to kill the guy whose sense of direction we corrected with snowballs and or rocks at a great distance. I'm so confused at this whole scenario. He must have had some sort of importance or tie to another realm that we've just overlooked. I had no idea.
Honestly, yeah, as far as I know, he's never made any deals with any demons or succubi or anything like that. So I honestly, legitimately have no clue why this is happening. I
Maybe
mean,
it was just bad luck.
it's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess.
Yes, let's hope it was wrong place and wrong time, and not something crazy like your brother's an interdimensional badass now.
Yeah, I mean, that probably can't happen. He's not that cool.
That would be pretty tight, though.
All right.
So you were at least the dogs get them hooked up.
Yep, get the dogs all hooked up. Maybe give them some of my rations just to kind of little treat because I know they're gonna have to kind of bust on the way there.
And Kyle will give him a little bit of jerky from his rations. A little hardtack.
Why don't one of you give me a survival check?
Oh, well, that's probably gonna be you. Um,
I have a +5.
yeah, you go ahead and take that.
I got this one. Only 2.
All right. So as you kind of take a look at the map and you tell Balgrim to point directly which way he's feeling this pull, you see that it's only about 12 miles outside of the path you were going to take anyway.
All right.
So as you all get on your sleds, you guys can kind of spread out a little more. Ty's now got no companion for his sled. So probably Slim or Winston can join him. And then I need somebody to roll me a d20.
Brother sons.
Ooh, I vote Balgrim. Let's get some of those hot rolls out there. Now roll a 20 to spite me.
You may be muted, Dakota.
Sorry, man. I'm troubleshooting. My internet, for whatever reason, like my computer's connected, but everything is fucked right now, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So like, I don't have the chat up. What do you need from me?
A D20.
I'm doing my best. I don't know why my brand new computer is not fucking working at all. It's a huge pain in the dick right now.
Yeah, it's super frustrating, dude. I recently
Yeah, my
underwent
3-year-old shitty laptop works perfectly fucking fine, but my brand new gaming laptop is garbage. But I rolled a 20. Thanks to Alvarez.
Nice! What did I tell you? That if I taunted him, he would roll a 20?
Alright, so you have a clear path. The sun is up and it's nice, but it feels wrong for the moment. But it's a beautiful day as you quickly dash down this path. But after about an hour 45, you see a kind of ice structure uh, just sitting out there all by itself with smoke coming out from its chimney.
Oh, is that the cleric, or is this like a possible detour?
It's exactly in the path that Balgrim is sensing this pull towards.
But it hasn't really been long enough to be 30 miles, right?
Well, you guys were going fast, uh, so that's 31 miles in 2 hours. So after about an hour 45, that'd be approximately 29 to 30 miles.
Okay. You guys think this is it? Should we slow down and maybe approach cautiously?
And respectfully, probably, as Slim makes sure to sheath his sword and hide any weapons in his cloak.
Yeah, Kai will.
I certainly don't think approaching with aggression would be the right move, considering we're sort of seeking a favor from a stranger.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. All right, and Kai's gonna try and gather himself and maybe take a deep breath and calm his nerves. Right, Pelgrim, maybe you should lead the way, seeing as you're cleric to cleric, or are you paladin? Yeah, it's similar enough.
I mean, I'm not the best with words, but I certainly attempt to meet with this person.
Yeah. Right.
Like a big tusky grin.
And I'll just pat him on the back and then walk next to him as we just make our way up to this cabin.
All right, so as you approach, you see it's a small igloo-looking structure of maybe about 5 feet in diameter, with just a very small wooden door, surprisingly, just sticking out, uh, and solid white around it.
That's an interesting door for an igloo. Should I knock. He has, turning to the rest of the group, not knowing what to do.
I'm gonna tend to the dogs. Slim will go like water the animals or something.
Kai will just
It's definitely a witch hut. That's all I'm saying. Like, who lives out here? That's crazy. Slim goes to water the dogs.
Kai will just take a deep breath and then knock on the front door.
So you give a knock. After about 30 seconds, the door opens, and standing in front of you, about 3 foot tall, is a no. He's got a wild, unkempt white hair just flaring out. He's got a bushy beard hanging off his face. His clothes are warm looking, made out of animal skin, but not as thick as you would think for being out there in the snow. As he opens the door, he just says, "You know, you go to a different country, you go into the tundra, you go into the wastelands, and still, still, somebody shows up, knocks on your door in the middle of tea time. Fuck off." And he goes to start slamming the door.
Kai's gonna put his hand on the door and hold it open.
Oh, fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry. We don't mean to bother you, especially during tea time. But we need your help. We were my friend here, the big guy, and he gestures over to the giant orc standing next to him.
Mr. Toothy grin.
We lost a friend, and he received a vision that you might be able to help us. I mean, actually, it's a bit more than a friend. He's my brother, and I think a demon stole his soul with a dagger.
Yeah, you
Does
kind of
that-
buried the lead initially there.
He looks over at you, Balgrim, and says, "Which god spoke to you?"
That'd be Gorm. I'm a somewhat recent devotee, but he spoke to me in a vision. When I woke, I found Kai's brother, fortunately, had perished due to some sort of infernal weapon. And he's like, I mean, if you want to see proof, I suppose we could take the body out of the bag. He kind of like nudges Kai.
Balgrim, roll me a persuasion check, and we'll say with advantage.
All right. Oh fuck. Trying to get to my character sheet. All right, we're just gonna do a flat roll because I can't get to my sheet yet because I'm still fixing my internet.
I got them all pulled up.
Oh, he's got
No,
it.
perfect. Well, that's a base 12.
What is your persuasion? +3. And that was with advantage?
Oh, I missed the advantage part. Pardon me. Here is with advantage. Yeah, no, I'll take the 12.
Yes, you're still level 4.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, so you tell him and kind of like Kai pull out the damn body. Oh, alright, come inside. Torm's not bad. And he steps to the side to allow you in. As you enter, you realize that it's bigger on the inside. This 5-foot exterior is somehow holding a large 20 foot by 13 foot receiving room. There's a fire going in the fireplace. There's chairs abound. Coffee table in the middle of the room with a fresh pot and a teacup sitting on there. You can see scrolls just kind of scattered and books. All right, come in, come in, come in. Shut the door. You're letting the cold in.
Dogrum
Could-
turns around to the rest of the party and just winks. Oh wait, shit! They walked off, didn't they? They were staying with the dogs. No, he looks at Kai and just winks because this is like the one time that he actually talked his way into something.
Good job, buddy. He pats him on the back. Guys, I don't think it's a witch hut. If you want to come inside, it looks kind of warm. And then he's just gonna walk in.
Slim will definitely join them once they've confirmed it's not a witch hut.
Winston will follow, of course.
All right, so as everybody comes in, and take your coats off there, and put your snow gear over here. He goes and clears a spot on the floor. Says, "All right, bring the corpse out, lay him down here, and I'll take a look."
Oh, yeah, of course. I've never pulled a body out of a bag of holding before. Okay, he's just gonna kind of like place the bag on the ground, I guess, and just reach in and grab an ankle, and then and just like slowly drag his, giant fucking brother out of the bag, dead weight.
Winston will help. Come on, you big bastard.
Pull, Winston.
We got him.
I like to think you guys unceremoniously dump his dead, still fucking soaked body, into the ground.
You know what? I have a better idea. He just reaches in and flips the bag inside out. Body comes tumbling out. No, I'm just kidding. That would be
All
disrespectful.
contorted.
Yeah, he pulls out the body and looks at Bagram, just like, you can put him on the table, right? You're big and strong. I'm small and weak.
All right, as you pull the body out and lay it down, he walks over and begins examining it. You know, looking at the wound, checking it over, placing a hand above it, and oh yeah, that's a devil right there. Somehow your brother made a blood pact with the devil, and apparently they came collecting. As he is poking around, he stops and hang on. Goes, grabs a magnifying glass, holds it down above the chest cavity. Says, I got an idea. And he runs over to his bookshelf, and he starts throwing down books, and finally pulls one out, flips through, and there may be something I could do. Now, I can't bring your brother back. The devil that sent his minions to do this has his soul. However, if you look here closely, you can see a small tip from the blade broke off. Now, what that does is it binds that jewel stuck in the hilt to the body. There was a old wizard named Ildon Follett. He had this special gem, and it was said it could harness the soul just like the devils could. Now, this wizard, he actually lived just about 30 minutes south of here. He's dead, though. He's gone. He passed a long time ago. However, he left a dungeon with his most prized treasures. I've gone to take a look, but honestly, I can't deal with it. But you could deal with it. You could go in there and find his chest. And inside should be this jewel. And with it, I could remove the shard, or I could place your brother's body with the shard in it into this jewel, which would then bind his soul and body in there. And perhaps with a little aid from my deity, I'll communicate while you are gone. Perhaps you'd be able to, on occasion, call forth your brother's soul. At least until you're able to go down to the nine hells and, free him, or until you die and join him. I mean, either works. But I would not delay in getting this tool. With the decay process, even in a bag of holding, his body will not stay in stasis. And then you'll have to go through an entire resurrection, and yeah, that's going to be costly. This is going to be the best way to get your brother, or at least the best way to have assistance with your brother. But unfortunately, that's all I'm going to be able to do.
And you would do this for a favor, we assume, for us fetching what you need?
Well, he's got something else in that chest that I really want. But again, I could not deal with the dungeon. It held horrors for me that just. But there's four of you. I mean, I'm sure one of you'll survive.
So what can you tell me of these horrors you have seen?
I cannot. I got there, gained access, and I was so overwhelmed by dread in a way that I cannot properly describe that I fled in terror. My God could not overpower this feeling that I received. But perhaps you'd have better luck.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Sounds terrible, but I mean, do we have a choice? We can't just let your brother rot in the bag.
Yeah. That wouldn't be ideal. I prefer to, I guess we fucking go to the dungeon. Hopefully we don't all die because my brother somehow made a blood pact that I never knew about.
If we all die and go to hell, I think it's fair to say we could probably, we'll express our gratitude to Call when we get there.
Yeah, we can all kick his ass.
All right, so you were going to head off in northern direction, or actually southern direction, about 30 minutes. Just follow these see these two peaks. Right between them, just follow that direction. You'll come across a cave, and inside you'll encounter the door to his home. And be brave.
Oh yeah, we're super brave. We don't get scared of anything.
Falgrim just takes a fist and slams it against his chest, stares down at the glow gnome.
This action actually causes Slim to flinch and look very scared at the time.
Kai as well.
Yeah, same with Winston.
Oh, I don't think we ever actually got your name. Um, what is your name?
My name is Zook Gundagoot.
Zook Gundagoot. That's one hell of a name, Zook. You should be proud of it.
I'd rather not anybody know it so they can forget it so I can be left alone.
Oh, I mean, we don't have to tell anyone about your name.
I can sympathize with that. I do have to ask, is your name like short for anything? Like Zook, Zucchini, or Zuka?
Ah! Not that. No. It's not short for
My bad.
anything.
My mistake. Valgrim's shoulders sink and he kind of like pouts a little bit.
All right, well, quit wasting time. Get the hell out of here. I got tea to warm back up.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Um, guys, shall we make haste?
We're leaving the body here.
Oh yeah, can we leave the body here, or should we take it with us?
Slim helps himself to like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever's around, before they leave.
You can
That's
leave the body. I have a spare room over there in the left.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. We'll try not to take too long, so he doesn't start to smell or anything.
Yeah. In my studies, there have been certain clerics that could actually preserve a body. Would you happen to have access to gentle repose or something of the like?
Yes. That is what I was going to do. And Slim, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit, saving throw, eh? Okay. Let me double check this guy. Saving throws. Wisdom is +3. Avery's been pretty average, so I'm gonna roll some real dice. Real dice are pretty average too. 7 plus 3 becomes a 10.
All right, so as you go to grab this tea, all of a sudden your joints stiffen up as you get controlled by a hold person spell. What kind of ass walks in, asks a favor, and then tries to steal my tea? You get your friend out of here before I change my mind. And then he releases the spell.
Slim sets the tea back down on the counter very carefully and backs away.
Yeah, we'll be back soon. Hopefully, probably, maybe. If we don't come back, we're probably dead. If you could just give my brother a proper burial, that would be much appreciated. Um, yeah, and what was that item you said you were looking for again that you wanted us to bring back for you as a sort of payment?
Just bring the chest. I will find the item that I require for my services, and then you can have whatever else remains.
Oh, okay, that sounds like a fair deal to me. Sure, guys. What do you think? That seems good, right?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Kind of at his mercy.
Absolutely worth it to be able to, throw more stones and snowballs at Call.
It was fun watching.
All right, so you get on the sleds and you make your way southward. After traveling about a half hour, you start to see creeping out of the landscape a dark cave that just seemed to jut out from the ground. And as you get close, you see that that's exactly what it did. There's nothing else around, just a dome cave entrance with a downward slope heading in. And yet you can still see a light flickering at the bottom of this cavern.
Suspicious.
Yeah, I mean that's not ominous at all or anything, right? Like that's probably the cave we need, I'm sure.
Yeah, more than likely that's got to be that's. I mean, who are we kidding? That's absolutely it. Of course, it would be creepy
Yeah,
and
I mean
obvious.
there can't be more than one creepy cave around here, right?
Did he say something along the lines of like where it lives or something? I don't know what he knows, but I don't think he told us everything.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling too. Like there's something here.
Well, when in doubt, go behind the meat shield. As Slim looks to Balgrim.
He just kind of shrugs. Says, I know my place.
Lead the way, good sir.
All right, as you walk down into this cavern, it's about 15 feet in before you come into an open area. And directly in front of you are two stone pillars, a stone archway with a giant door uh, covering it. With the only thing you can see appears to be an arm just attached to the door, like a knocker. Uh, Surrounding the door on either side are two torches that are burning bright, but producing no smoke. And about 10 feet in front of the door to your left along the wall, you see a marble statue. And it's a human figure with a strange pointed hat on his head, a long beard down to his stomach, and wearing just a flowy robe with a wand in one hand and a book open in the other.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely the right cave. I mean that's a fucking wizard, right? Like I mean I feel like it's almost like I don't know, like insultingly obvious, like stereotype of like a wizard. I mean, not all wizards look like that. Well, actually, I don't know even know if I've met a wizard. Maybe they do. I could be wrong.
I feel like they're all like that. Like, I don't know. I can't say that I've ever met a true wizard either, but in my mind, they're pompous.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking nerds.
presented with a way forward, I think we should do what we do best, which is Winston. Which way?
I mean, Can I just kind of like take a look around? Like, so obviously there's the door right there. Maybe is there like any other entryway in, or is this just? I mean, it's a cave. I'm
No,
assuming it's probably just the door.
you have the statue that's to your left, just a little bit off to the side, and then yeah, the door with the stone arch, two stone pillars, and a curled arm with a fist for a knocker. You don't even see a door handle.
I guess before I even go to the door, maybe I'll just get a good look at this statue to see if there's anything like peculiar about it. It just seems kind of odd, interesting.
All right. As you approach the statue, give me a perception roll.
Can I give him advantage by maybe holding a torch high?
Sure.
Advantage.
Yep.
$18.
As you approach this marble statue and you're taking in the details at the time, something catches your eye, and you realize that this wizard isn't holding or isn't wearing a wizard's robe. It looks more like a bathrobe, and that's not a magic wand in his hand. It looks more like a carrot. And as you approach, all of a sudden, the statue begins to speak to you. Welcome, welcome. If you are hearing this message, it means that I am mostly long dead. I have made what lies in front of you for fun. A dungeon filled with my humor to allow travelers like yourself to have a good laugh with me, even from beyond this life. At the end of this journey, you will be rewarded with smiles, laughs, a chance to see what the cards have in store for you, as well as others. Now, here is a clue to start you off. Knock, knock. And then he stops speaking.
Oh, man.
Dahlgrim reaches back,
Who's there?
picks Winston up by the back of his shirt, and then puts him in the front of the party and just like nudges him toward the statue.
Slim gives Winston a double thumbs up on his way forward.
So it was knock. He just said knock knock. It like it's not like a joke, is it? He's not giving me a knock knock joke. I don't know why I'm so paranoid about this.
All he said was your first clue is knock, knock.
I mean, the first clue's done. It said to knock knock, and I mean, I don't know if did you guys look at this? See, this. I don't know if this is really a wizard. I think he's holding a carrot in a bathrobe.
That is peculiar.
Maybe it's a magical carrot?
Oh, I mean, the first clue he said to knock was to knock knock. Um, I'm assuming I should use the door.
But it has that fucked up knocker. I don't know. If you want to touch that, I mean. Don't you guys have a spell? Maybe you can knocker it without having to get your hands on that odd shaped knocker.
Or if it's just too high for your short stature, I could pick you up and hold you so you could. Yeah. He kind of shrugs.
is the like arm door knocker situation, is it made of like wood or plaster or metal, or is it like, something more grotesque like an actual humanoid arm?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Okay, let me. Been a while since I navigated some D&D Beyond. Okay, investigation's only a +1, so we're looking at a total of 5.
You have no idea. It could barely tell it's an arm.
Yeah,
Mm.
nodded on the knocker. Slim touches his nose.
I'll do it. I spoke with the thing. I'll do it. That's disgusting. So I'll maybe like kind of reach up and I imagine it's probably just I could barely reach it. Or is it too high for
What?
me?
No, I'd say it's about 4 feet off the ground, kind of in the center of the door.
All right. I guess knock knock, and I'll just put my hand on it. Just kind of almost like maybe like a finger, just as like least contact as I have to get the thing to move.
Okay, so you use the knocker. How? What kind of knocking do you do?
Um, I just do 2 knocks, just knock knock.
As you knock twice, you hear a voice rumble out through the door. Who's there?
Winston, terrified, runs behind Balgro. Yeah, you talk with him. I'm not good with talking.
I'm gonna try to pick you up by the back of your shirt again and just hold you up to the door.
All right, give me the athletics roll from Valgrim and acrobatics or athletics from Winston.
Oh crap! He's gonna get me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I just
yes.
might.
He got
You
me.
weren't even paying attention. He just reaches behind and is able to pick you up by the scruff, and before you know it, you're back to staring in front of the door.
Um, Hi. We're. I'm just like stumbling.
We're friends. We're friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll,
Yeah. We're friends.
I'll give you like one good shake to kind of snap you out of it.
And I'm gonna use Druidcraft to put a fucking skunk smell on your face.
He repeats back what you said and says, "Who?"
My name is Winston Honeysuckle, and I'm here with my friends. Friend, Kai, and Slim, and currently being held up by my other quote friend, Balgrim. We're here for, I guess, on a little bit of a mission.
All of a sudden, the golden knocker increases in size, and it takes 2 swings at you, hitting you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage and swinging you almost out of Balgrim's hand. And you just hear the voice say, "Go away."
Did the door actually fight back this time? They, they really are great enemies.
In
Yes.
Mirema, door knocks smooth.
Um, I guess Winston will just be like, oh God. Somebody else talk to this thing.
Balgrim turns around, sets you down, and then he looks over at Slim, and he reaches out to grab you by the back of your shirt.
Slim just steps into the shadows and disappears.
Another athletics versus probably acrobatics. Let's see if he grabs you first.
I rolled a 10, but it comes out to a 15 acrobatics.
So you go to slip into the shadows, but Balgrim's quicker and is able to grab you by the scruff of your shirt.
And he just repositions you in front of the door. Says, why don't you take a guess?
Slim kind of, makes himself comfortable being snatched up by the scruff of his kind of baggy clothing. He thinks for a minute. He says, knock, knock? Okay. I'll take the... Can I just knock on the door without using the door handle? Is that going to affect anything? Can I just give it a 1-2 with my hand? Rap, rap.
As you knock on the door with your bare fist, once again, the fist grows in size and takes 2 swings at you. However, you're a bit more agile and you're able to kind of shift this way and that way. And Balgrim was more expecting it this time. So the blows miss wide as the knocker settles back into place.
Okay. After we dodge this blow, I think Slim will hesitantly reach for this knocker and then knock twice. Have we determined what this knocker is made out of? It's like wood or brass or something?
Balgrim and Winston, give me investigation checks. Balgrim, as you're up there, you're able to tell that this is a golden arm.
He just, as he's kind of pushing Slim toward it, he goes, "Go on, man. It's just gold."
Alright. Slim will knock twice with the knocker.
Once again, you hear a rumbling voice from inside. Who's there?
Olive.
Olive who?
Olive you, and let me in.
You then hear a dry kind of laugh. You are very funny. Enter. You hear it click as the door swings open. And you hear from the statue, I hope you all enjoy my pungent.
Real.
I do love a good pun. I'm actually very excited about this. And Balgrim kind of like gets a pep in his step and starts moving forward.
Slim kind of wrestles himself free and then points at Balgrim like, right, up close. Don't you Winston me, you.
I mean, I was just trying to give you courage. For what it's worth, I had faith that you would get us out of this. And, well, you open the door. And he just pats you with one of his, like, meaty paws. And then turns around and, like, with his shield out, just starts kind of, like, marching forward.
Slim turns to Winston and is like, we are absolutely going to die in there. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Slim shrugs and kind of drags his feet a little bit, but follows Balgrim.
Yeah, Winston will follow behind, maybe casting a little bit of healing word on himself.
All right, so as you enter through the door, you walk into a massive room, and it appears to be a library. There are dozens of bookshelves of various heights, not in any set pattern either, just scattered around. Like they would assemble it in an open spot and decide it was just fine right there and leave it. Books just filling the shelves, and surprisingly, walking around are elves. Uh, some with blonde hair, some with silver, some with an autumn gold. Male, female. Uh, elves that are taller, almost human size. Some that are shorter, as though they are part gnome, dwarf, or halfling. Many are walking around with baskets on their head, and you can see a couple that appear to be full of books, close to overflowing. In the middle of the room is a large table with a wooden bowl filled with fruits, and every once in a while, you see elves come up and just pick a fruit out and just eat it and walk away. Uh, in the corner of a room, you see a man who appears to be repairing broken books. Uh, Across from you, there is a doorway that seems identical to the one you just entered, but with no knocker on it. Just what appears to be a small hole where a door handle would be. And off to your left is an identical statue to the one you just saw. However, this one is actually built into the wall. As you enter in, you hear from the statue, and it says, the key to the next room is in a book that's on the tallest shelf.
Oh, well, that's wait, one. It's in one book that's on one of the tallest. Okay, tallest shelf. Can I look around and try and find the tallest shelf?
Give me a perception room or perception check.
Can Valgrim look
Perception.
around to see if there is a book called The Tallest Shelf? And if there's anything on top of it?
Uh, Give me an investigation check.
I rolled 17 on my perception.
You can easily tell what the tallest bookshelf is.
Is there any like ladders around, like those library ladders that like slide along the shelves, or is it just bare like shelves with books, no ladders?
Real quick, Bagram, you start looking through the books and you spend, I'd say, a while. You're kind of wandered off from the group while Kai is looking, and you realize that there might be a book called The Tallest Shelf, but these books are not in an alphabetical order. They're not in a number system. They're not by author. You would have to literally look at absolutely every book to determine if there is one. Uh, Kai, as you kind of take a look towards this bookshelf and kind of look around, you do realize that the spaces are oddly wide. And then you can see why that is. Coming down one of the aisles is a large green cube, and it's moving slowly, but as it moves, it's shooting books from inside its gelatinous body into their proper places on the bookcases. I guess you could say they use the GUI decimal system.
A
All right.
Nice, nice.
You do see a ladder leaning against a slightly smaller bookshelf.
All right, can I just take that ladder and bring it over to the tallest bookshelf so I can at least get part of the way up safely?
All right, yeah, you carry it over. I'm sure you could get Balgrim to help you between the two of you. I mean, it's a ladder. As you place it up and you climb to the top of the bookshelf, all you find is dust.
Huh. Can I like climb up to like the very top shelf? Like even if the ladder doesn't reach, still try and like, you know,
You can
shin
see
it
the
up.
top shelf. You see some of the book titles, but nothing that would call out to you. And there's just nothing on the very top of this bookshelf.
Well, that was a bust, guys. There's nothing up there.
What if? Wait a minute. Play on words, kind of. You said there was elves walking around here and there. Slim would like to try to find the tallest she-elf and see if she happens to be carrying a book or something in this, like, didn't you say they had like vases on their heads or something?
They were walking around with baskets on their heads.
Exactly.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, perception is +3, so 16 total.
You look around and you see a 6'5" female elf walking around with a basket on top of her head.
Slim would go kind of flag her down, like, excuse me, she elf, might I borrow your basket for just a moment?
She looks at you and then continues to walk on.
I kind of turn back to probably, just the party, like, maybe, I don't know, play on words, but somebody tackle her, I guess.
I mean, by that same logic, the highest shelf could also be a she elf that is high.
Oh, is there an inebriation station nearby I was unaware of?
And we talk to the elf with the reddest eyes. No, we're missing something here. I feel like we're overthinking this, and it's bugging me.
Wait,
Also,
so
like, I want to know what books are in that lady's basket now. It seems like
yeah, I
it's
think
probably
Kai's
some hateful shit. She didn't even say goodbye. She just, like, stared me down and left.
I think Kai's gonna try and like sneak up behind her and just like snatch the basket off of her head.
All right. Give me an, I guess, acrobatics check or athletics.
Alright. They're both +3, so yeah, that's not great. 11.
So you go to snatch this basket, and she kind of swerves to the side, like could just feel it coming. And she turns and plants a kick to the side of you for 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and then straightens back up and proceeds to walk away.
Somebody get the fucking basket. He's like holding his gut, like,
Slim kind of shrugs. Like, I don't know. She's kind of intimidating. I look to Winston. What can help us out? What can we do about that basket?
Uh, um. Uh, what do I have?
How about I tackle the lady, you grab the basket and run?
That works. Let's do it.
Slim dead sprints at this lady and
And
does like a spear tackle and tries to take her down.
can I give him like some guidance or something on the way by?
All right, you give him guidance. You're going to try to tackle this MLO.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take her down, pin her to the ground, but she doesn't know I'm coming, so I'm doing it in the form of a tackle. I'm just gonna run and spear her to the ground.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
It's a grapple, which makes athletics on your end.
Okay. All right. Oh, not great. The total comes out to 4.
Peace.
Yeah, even with guidance. You come around, but again, she senses it and comes back up with a knee to your face as you come for the spear and does 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Slim lays on the ground holding his bloody nose, and he's like, "Ah, fuck!"
And Kai just like laughs and then holds his bruised ribs, like, oh shit. Who the fuck is this lady?
Oh my god, I don't know. She's smooth though.
Balgam, you're the biggest one. Get her. Fucking get the basket. Wait, maybe if we all tackle her at once, she can't,
Okay,
kick
get
us
off
all.
of
Have we ever thought about just maybe sending somebody else in to talk to her? Just ask her. Or I know it sounds crazy, but we have this theory, and I just need to look in her basket. Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds dirty.
Well, I mean, Kai, or not Kai, I'm Kai. She kicked me really hard. Me and Slim both already tried to tackle her, so she might not want to talk to us, but I mean, you or Winston haven't done anything to her yet.
Perfect. And he turns around and he goes to pick up Winston by the back of his shirt again.
God damn it.
All right, you know what to do.
Shit. And I'm not a halfling. You really got to fuck this one up, buddy.
Leave it to me. I'll do it. What is? I'm sorry. Was this?
Acrobatics or athletics to
Oh,
dodge
either
my.
or. Okay.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this is. I'm going to fail. All
All
right.
right. You get your redemption. So he reaches out and you dodge him. So he just kind of sighs. He goes, I really don't think this is going to work, but oh well. And he shrugs and he turns. He like kind of jogs up. He's just like, excuse me, miss. I'm sorry about my friends back there. We're just in a really weird situation. We're not very good with puzzles. It sounds crazy, but can I look in your basket real quick?
She looks at you and just and turns to walk away.
Is she holding the basket or is she balancing it on her head?
It's balancing on her head.
Can I attempt to Indiana Jones it and swap it out with something of equal weight?
I picture Winston in one hand.
Actually,
Don't put me up.
If I hadn't missed and I was still holding him, that would be perfect.
This one's not shit.
I'm assuming you want sleight of hand, and this is just a flat fucking roll for me. So,
Well, I'd say it's more of there's really nothing for you to swap it out with, but I need to grab the basket off your head as well.
all right, I mean, fair.
I've just been doing contested acrobatics, so
Also a flat. Damn. I burned all my good rolls early on.
now once again, you go to grab this basket, but she's skilled and is able to move out of the way. And this time she kind of backhands you for 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep. I deserve that. Apologies. And he just goes back and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think we're barking up the wrong tree here. We gotta break this back down and maybe start fresh. Because I'm pretty sure we missed the point of this one."
Guy's stringing his longbow, and he just looks at Winston. Winston, do you have any ideas before I shoot the fucking basket off this lady's head?
Slim pulls out his darts, like, that's a good idea. And pulls a couple of them out as well.
As you're talking, all around you, you just see other elves looking over at you, going constantly for, talking out loud in a library. You assholes.
Sorry, Winston, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, maybe she could be distracted. One of us could try to just nab it again. I have some sensory effects I could try.
Yeah, maybe try and distract her, and I'm gonna shoot a fucking arrow at that basket.
Slim would like to ready an action to throw a dart at the basket whenever Kai shoots an arrow at the basket.
All right.
At this point, Kai doesn't even care if the book is like the right book is in the basket. It's just about the principle. This lady has taken down 3 of the 4 of them.
Between
Taken.
the two of us, we should be able to get that basket. God damn it.
All right, Winston, go distract her.
So yeah, I'll kind of like walk up, like try to walk next to her side by side, and just kind of be like,
Hey, what's your name?
try to like position her so like it's like basically have her back turned to the party.
So as you start talking once again, she just but
The
just keeps
moment,
walking straight.
yeah, like the moment she pauses for a second to acknowledge Winston, Kai is gonna shoot an arrow aiming at the basket.
And same with Slim, but a dart and aiming at the basket with the intention of just to knock it off her head.
Balgrim just looks away and whistles innocently.
Give me some attack rolls.
Can I thorn whip it too?
Why not, right?
No, I'm not.
I think I'm going to switch back to Evray because I'm looking at a whopping 10 for an attack roll.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I got a 22. 17
All
on
right,
the die.
so
Didn't even know those were made.
Slim, you throw your dart and it goes wide and makes a noise, which causes her to stop and turn towards where that noise was, which gave Kai just that split second he needed to get a good shot. And, well, knocks the basket off her head. It goes tumbling down, and one book spills out of it.
Winston,
And
grab it.
Yeah, Winston will nab it if he can.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay, I think it's going to be athletics or acrobatics. Sorry. Okay. No.
So as you go to reach this book, she starts reaching at the same time. You barely get the book in front of her before she's able to.
And I am going to just try to back out and run to the group, the party.
All right, so you
Maybe
go running off, and as you turn around, you see she just picked up the basket, put it back on her head, and was just glaring at you, but not pursuing.
Winston will just kind of put his hand up and be like, "Thank you." I kind of.
Kai turns and gives Slim a high five.
Nice teamwork. High five.
So as you get
Alright.
back, you take a look at this book. It's got the title of Library Key.
Motherfucker.
Yes. Open it,
As you
Winston.
open it, you see a large key inside. It also was the library key. While this is going on,
You're breaking up a bit.
oh,
Just a wee bit.
so yeah, you find it called out large key inside, marked as library key.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty hardcore, Chris. You're hard to understand.
All right, hang on.
Shelf. Ah,
Yeah.
that was a play on words.
That's clever.
You guys are lucky I'm just baked enough.
All right, testing 1 2. Any better?
Yeah.
Yep,
All right,
definitely.
let's see how long this lasts. All right, so you look inside the book that's hollowed out, and inside is a large key, and it's labeled as the library key. While this is happening, let's go. Slim, you feel a tap on your shoulder. As you turn around, and see a very tall and thin green humanoid, tusk coming out of his lower jaw. He has very long brown hair that is almost thick and ropey. He's wearing a cardigan over the top of a button-up shirt. He also has sharp glasses low on his nose. He's carrying with him a trolley, and it has a lot of books on it. He turns around and he picks one up and he hands it to you and gives you a nod. He then mimes opening the book with his hands.
Okay, I read the cover title of the book.
The title of the book is The End of the Week.
I look at this guy and I'm like, "You want me to open this?"
And he just nods and once again mimes opening it up.
I crack open this book curiously.
As you open the book, all of a sudden you get hit with loud music of "It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to their weekend."
I slammed the book closed so hard.
As this goes on, all the elves in the room just all at once shush you and give you death glares. And the green humanoid just starts snickering and walks away pushing his cart. He just trolled you.
That was fucked up, Mister. You're a green humanoid guy thing, but I'm
I think you should
I'm
throw the
keeping
book out.
this. I'm gonna put the book in the bag of holding.
Right, so I'll add the book that sings terrible songs into the bag of holding.
Super loud, terrible songs. Don't forget that part.
Super loud, terrible songs.
Volume
More
1.
specifically, one about the end of the week.
At the end of the week.
Also, fuck that guy. He set me up.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Alright, so should we yeah, you just get the fuck out of this library? I think nobody really likes this anymore.
Yeah,
I
I think
mean, yeah,
we
I can
overstayed
only,
our welcome for sure.
I can only imagine if we stay here any longer. Let's go.
All right. So you go over to the other door and pull out the key and you enter it into the lock. And as you approach, you see that the door says library lock, where the keyhole is. So you're able to put two and two together, and sure enough, you put the key in, open it up, and the door opens into a long hallway.
Listen,
Uh,
you had it in your hand the other day when you were like Amazon, boom, and you were holding it in your hand. Where did you put it? Because it is not out there.
The wishbone? No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Where's that wishbone, buddy?
Yeah, where's the wishbone?
Sorry, we're trying
Off
to
in
find
another
the
story.
wishbone.
Yeah. You better get that lady her wishbone right away.
Jesus, Alec.
Is wishbone a euphemism? Is that code for something? You guys are newlyweds.
You guys talking about the
Never heard of
dog?
that one though.
Oh, dirty. Can you guys stop having kids long enough for us to get through a D&D campaign? What the fuck?
To be fair, they haven't had one yet.
Yeah, but there's been like, between you guys and Anthony, there's been like 3 or 4 or 10. I don't even know. I lost
Hey,
count.
don't lump me in with the breeders.
Fair.
Well, three, and two of them belong to Anthony.
Mhm.
He's at 66%.
Seems about right. Sorry, off the rails. Oh, what should we do? Obviously, go through the door, but I think are we packing any heals? Like, I have like a healing potion. Yeah.
I mean, I still have 2 spell slots.
Okay.
I
I
have
do have 3 potions of healing.
I got some like healing hands I could part with too, I guess. So I guess we're good for heals. So yeah. Onward.
All right, so as you walk in, off to your left, there's another copy of the wizard statue. And only this time, he's not holding a book. It looks like a magazine. Can't really get to the title, but it's definitely starting to devolve. This next room isn't a really room, it's a long hallway. All the way across is a new identical door. About 30 feet into the hall, you see a pit that just goes from wall to wall. The wizard statue once again starts to speak and it says, yes, asking the shield for the key. I bet you felt very proud of yourselves when you figured out that little pun. Anyway, a clue for this room. Don't fall. And then goes quiet.
Slim throws himself on the ground real quick to see if anything crazy happens.
Just straight down.
Yeah, just kind of like where we're standing.
All right, so Slim just straight up falls down. They're shooting at us mode. And all of a sudden, Slim is laying prone on the ground.
Alright. No ill effects?
Nope, nothing happens.
I crawl forward to save face, and I do like an army crawl down this hallway towards this pit to see what's up.
All right, so as you start crawling towards this pit, eyes forward, focus the head, you feel your hands sink a little as you push down a pressure plate about 5 feet in. Give me a dex save.
A dex save. Alright, gotta go back to the. Oh, not bad. I get a +5. I'm gonna use Avery actually because my dice have been being a dick. So. Skadoosh. So, it's just the way of the die today, I guess. A whopping 7.
So as this pressure, that actually does make sense too. As this pressure plate is pressed in, all of a sudden a little statue pops up and it says, "Watch out for the 10-story drop." And all of a sudden, 10 heavy books are dropped on you from the ceiling. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as these books just all clamber all over your body. And as you look up towards the roof to see where they fall from, you see the same green humanoid snickering again before it closes a hatch in the ceiling.
Slim, now bruised and broken, kind of laying on the ground, looks up at that guy and is just like, oh man, absolutely fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but he doesn't like you very much.
No, he does not. Slim's like holding the side of his face, a big bruise. Also, why books? There's a lot of fucking books in this place, you guys. God damn it.
Maybe it was trying to teach you something through the process of osmosis. It just wasn't as effective as he hoped. Falco just kind of like reaches down and picks you up by your shirt and puts you back on your feet.
Slim double checks like that's just a couple of titles of books that were dropped on him just to see if there's like a theme or something. Is it like poetry? Is it just random books? Is it like a specific subject?
So it's 10 books that were dropped. You see some of the titles: Worgen Peaks, Angels and Abyssals, Gone with the Gust of the Wind, The Exhaustion Games, To Kill a Manticore, Where the Wild Magic Sorcerers Are, Charlotte's Web, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Lies, Good Omens, and Pride and Prestidigitation.
Slim takes the Pride and Prestidigitation book and puts it in the bag of holding.
All right.
Also, pressure plates ahoy, guys. Pay attention when you go down this hallway. So I think Slim would kind of continue down the hall, being cautious of future pressure plates to try to get a good look at this pit.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Alright, perception check. I don't know if I should use A ray or not. She kind of just fucked me. Maybe I'll just roll. It's a plus 38. Looking at 12.
All right. As you approach this pit, you all of a sudden feel the floor give way a little again. Oh, no, it didn't. It just kind of slipped a little there. You get to the edge of the pit and you take a look down. It's a 30-foot by 10-foot pit. And as you look down, it appears to be bottomless and go on forever.
So 30 foot by 10 foot, and it appears to be bottomless.
Yes.
Can I take one of the books, the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Lies, and I just want to kind of casually toss it off the cliff or into the pit, rather?
All right. As you take the book and you throw it down, surprisingly, it makes a thud noise a lot quicker than it should have. And you get the perception that while it looks bottomless, it's really only about 2 feet deep.
Only about 2 feet deep by the sounds of it, but not by the looks of it. This is a sketch situation. Do you, any of you lot care to weigh in on this how obstacle?
Can Kai sit down on the edge of the pit and put his feet in to see if he can touch the bottom?
So you're sitting on the edge.
I'm just like hanging my feet off the edge to see if I can feel ground.
Meanwhile, Balgrim reaches back to grab Winston.
Shit.
Just throw him across, right? Toss me.
I would say if you got somebody holding you on one, like by the arm as you try to do a partial step down, I'll give you the length. And sure enough, as you step down, your foot hits the floor, but the bottom of your foot just kind of becomes transparent, like it looks like it's disappearing into a black void, but you can feel the ground underneath you.
Oh, guys, I think it's fine. Maybe if we just...
As you say that, Balgrim just tosses Winston.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Give me a strength check.
We dropped him in chat. I got a 15, he got a 6.
Can I thorn whip
No.
him in the midair and
No.
drag him 10 feet closer to me?
I want to see how well you throw him.
Oh, fair enough. I'm pretty much just like throwing him. I'm not trying to like throw him as far as I can. I'm just like throwing him right into the pit as I see Kai put his foot in. But I will certainly give you that. Just a flat strength check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go far.
You actually throw him right into Kai.
Oh my god.
And they both tumble down to the ground. Yeah, we'll say no damage, but
While they are on the ground, are they like temporarily transparent, like invisible?
Winston pretty much looks like he disappeared, but Kai is tall enough that even kind of sitting on his side or his ass, he'd be still seated up enough that the top part of his body would be poking out.
Oh god,
Good to know.
Winston, you're heavier than you look. Oh.
Yeah, I'm dense.
Balgrim just steps down next to them and walks past them and just says, "Good work, boys."
Oh god, Bogger, you woke up and chose violence today.
Guess so.
Well, you asked me to be the meat shield, so I'm waiting for the fight. I figured you guys could take the brunt of it now, and it seemed like you had a pretty good idea about what was going on. And well, Winston, you're just the easiest to toss.
I think Justin Casey's Slim will prepare like a rope, maybe like tie it in a knot or fasten a grapple to it or something, just in case there is a pit somewhere. I don't know. Technically, you can't really see the floor.
All right, everybody give me perception checks at disadvantage.
Oh boy. Nope, that's not fair.
If you're willing to go very slow, then you can roll straight.
I think I'm just following Balgrim, to be honest. If Balgrim, I would be moving at whatever pace he is. 8.
Yeah, I think Kai would be. I mean, I only rolled a 12, but Kai would be kind of like, like sliding his feet forward, not really like picking up and walking. He would just be kind of like scooting along, trying to like make sure he doesn't walk off into a, endless abyss.
Oh, whoops! Well, I meant to roll with disadvantage, but I rolled 2 4, so it didn't matter.
So you are all walking ahead and going very slow, and after quite a few jumps and starts, oh god, was that the ground? Oh, I didn't feel it. Oh no, there's ground there. Okay, you finally make it to the other side.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that wasn't so bad. I mean, it's a good thing that this wasn't a real pit, or Winston, you would be, well, both of us would be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Hey, can Kai go up and is there like is there a door to the next area, or is it like just an
Yes,
open archway?
as you climb out of the pit and you walk a little ways, there's another door. Only this one has no lock, no handle, no knocker, just an inscription on the door that says, "What comes next? Winter, spring, summer."
Well, the first hint was don't fall, right? So would it not be fall?
I think fall is what we are in now. So what comes next would be winter? But then the hint was don't fall, and if we, I don't know. Now I'm confused. We're all gonna die. Remember, Winston, how I told you we're all gonna die? This is it. It's nice knowing you, buddy.
I've had many near-death encounters this session. Yeah.
You almost got beat to death by a librarian. All
I
of
can
us.
almost count them on my 4 fingers.
That green fucking lizard monster thing is working with Doug somehow. I know it. I know it in my soul.
Fuck, Doug.
Yeah, Kyle, I guess walk up to the door and say, "Winter?" Or is this like a touch activated thing? Do I need to like poking the word winter? Like, how do we work this?
Nothing happens.
Shit. I don't think it's winter, guys.
Can
Hmm. All right, what comes next? Winter, spring, summer.
Do you think because we're
That
in
is
this like frozen, icy tundra that it would be like winter here in this region, maybe, but kind of always. But I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know. This is like an icy region, correct?
yeah. Oh, magical door. Is the answer spring?
Nothing happens.
God damn it. How about summer? And he starts poking at the word summer. Open.
This time, after a few moments, nothing happens.
All right, guys, I'm out of ideas. Can I? Oh, God, I don't even know. I like to inspect the door, but I don't even know what to fucking look for.
Right.
No door handle, no lock. What comes next? Winter, spring, summer. First clue is don't fall. It's gotta be a fucking pun. We're in the pungin.
Oh, I mean, if we can't use fall, could it be autumn?
Yeah.
Could it be something with the solstice? Winter solstice, the spring solstice, the summer solstice. Am I just overthinking this? I'm not very good with riddles.
I think it might be something super simple and obvious that we're just missing.
So just to be clear, there is no fall option on the door. It's just winter, spring, and summer.
It says, what comes next? Winter, spring, summer.
Fall. I tell it. I
oh,
exclaim fall at the door.
As you say fall, a portal appears directly underneath you.
Shit.
And you fall from the ceiling right in front of the door at the that you entered into the hallway from, taking
God damn
6
it.
points of bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Slim collapses at the other end of the hallway. Like, oh fuck.
Well, so we know it's not fall. Oh shit.
Does a portal open?
I decided to make it more so that you guys can have a discussion, a answer, not a off the cuff.
Okay. Man.
That latest blow has taken me down to about half health at this point. Slim is looking rough between the green humanoid dude and this this fall portal. Oh, yeah, Slim's definitely bruised and maybe limping a little bit.
the hell? I know it's got to be something fucking like right in front of us.
Everybody give me a wisdom roll.
Oh god.
Like a save or a check?
Nope, just a flat roll.
3.
Oh wow, that's the first decent roll of the night. 18, but you said wisdom, right?
Yes.
Oof.
So my 18 becomes a 21.
Ooh.
All right. Sean, I will let you know. The answer has been said. However, as I said, unless it's said as the answer, it does not count.
Slim will limp his ass over to the door and proclaim, "Autumn?"
You hear a click as the door swings open.
Ah, fuck me. He throws his hands up in the air in victory and then just kind of falls backwards onto the ground.
Winston will give him a little bit of healing word.
Yeah, good
Man, why
old
didn't
soul,
you
Winston.
say-
And as we enter into the next room, we'll stop there.
All right.
Oh god.
What was your
I'm really
healing?
digging the punching.
I know.
How much did you healing word me for?
Not bad, 5 points.
Sick, thanks. I'm not so dead now.
Until that next fucking guy drops books on you.
I know, right? What did I do to piss that guy off? It was something. I don't know.
Well,
Nice.
I rolled a die to see who it was going to be. It rolled up Slim. And then you decided to walk ahead, which is what set off the trap.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
All right, so next week we'll do Mirema, see if we can finish up the pungent. Week after that, are you ready for main campaign when Anthony's back on night shift?
Yeah, I'm ready if you guys are ready. I kind of, I've only recently been getting back into routine since I moved. Like, I just did all, like, my shuffling of the data around here and there, like converting files and uploading everything. But now I'm back into the groove of it. So, yeah, I'm down as soon as we're back at full capacity.
Yeah, that's what we'll plan on that for the 2 weeks after next.
We finally get to start the tale for another time. It's gonna be good shit.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Chris. That was pretty badass. That was definitely something different. I wasn't ready for a lot
Yeah, the
of that.
punching is I'm not one for riddles, but damn, I am enjoying this section.
It's
Yes,
because
it is fun.
I don't think puns get the respect that they deserve. Like, you actually have to be very creative to come up with a good pun.
I will second that. I love a good pun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the pungent.
That's
So I was reading.
I must have missed that in the original, like when we were in the igloo in that like gnome's house. Did you say the word pungent or dungeon?
Oh, he said dungeon.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, he could have slipped that in there, and I would have never known.
I said it kind of garbled so that it could go either way, but I think I put more of an emphasis towards a D sound than a P sound. But no, I was reading something and I saw the title, so I Googled it and I just read through it real quick. I'm like, this is fan fucking tastic. I don't care how, I will fit this in somewhere. So then when I was writing off Anthony, to be able to come back whenever, I'm like, how am I going to do this? Oh yeah, I'll do a devil, but how am I going to keep his body so he can actually hop in? And I'll do this. And after a while, I just figured out a dungeon crawl for some magic chest. And I'm like, wait, this is perfect for that. A little levity.
Yes, after the death of Call.
After brutally murdering one of the players, you got to bring it on back.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun killing off PCs. You should try it sometime, Sean.
I try all the time. My PCs are fucking demigods. It's bullshit. One day. The tale that has not been told, it gets pretty rough. It's sentimental.
I can only imagine. But to be fair, you made us monsters. It's like that meme of the guy who sticks a stick at his bike spokes, flips his bike, and then blames the stick.
Okay, fair. I mean, I
To
might
be
have
fair, you've given us a lot
traumatized
of
you guys
cool
a
shit
little
to play
bit.
with,
Okay?
and it's made the game very fun. But we are very hard to kill.
Oh yes, I know. I try.
Oh, no, it's not even us. It's your dice. Your dice don't like you.
Yeah, that's also fair. Yeah, I know. Like this sesh, I didn't roll very good at all. I think I got like one or two, but that decent rolls out of maybe 20. I mean, it wasn't great.
I don't think anybody besides me was actually rolling that well at multiple times. So it's a good thing it wasn't a combat session.
Yeah, we probably dead. TPK.
That's us.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna bounce out. Thanks for the session, and yeah, let's keep in touch. Do this crazy thing again soon.
All right, see you guys later.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Chris.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
Night,
thanks, Chris.
boys. Good job.